Scene script. Imagine waking up one day with vivid memories of a past life that isn't yours. A sudden chill runs down your spine as you recall the laughter, the tears, the joy, and the sorrow of someone else's life. You remember the details as vividly as your own. You can almost smell the aroma of the food they loved, feel the texture of the clothes they wore, hear the sound of their loved ones' voices. This isn't a dream or a figment of your imagination. It's a memory. A memory that somehow, in some way, has transcended the boundaries of time and space to find its way into your consciousness. It's a memory of a past life. This concept, often referred to as reincarnation, has been a topic of debate and fascination for centuries, captivating the minds of philosophers, scientists, and ordinary people alike. Sounds like a plot of a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? But what if it's not just a work of fiction? Today, we're diving into an extraordinary tale, the story of a young Indian boy whose reincarnation claim stunned the world. Picture this, a young boy, hardly 5 years old, living in a small village in India. One day, he stuns his parents by recounting vivid memories of a past life. He speaks of another family, another home, a different name. He describes his past wife, his children, even the small details of his previous home. The boy, with an innocent conviction in his eyes, insisted that he was a businessman from a nearby city in his past life. He remembered his name, his wife's name, and even the names of his children. His descriptions were so detailed that it was hard to dismiss them as mere fantasies. But that's not all. The boy also had a command over a language that was completely foreign to him. He spoke it fluently, as if he had been speaking it all his life. This was a language that no one in his family or his village knew. It was as if the boy was a living, breathing testament of his past life. And then, there were the people he recognized. On a chance visit to the city he claimed to be from, the boy was able to identify people from his past life. He recognized his past wife, his children, and even his friends. The recognition was mutual. They too remembered him, though he was now in a completely different body. This was a child with memories that spanned beyond his years, memories that belonged to another person, another life. His story was not just a curious case but a testament to something far more profound and mysterious. It was a story that challenged our understanding of life and death, of what's possible and what's not. This is not just a child's fantasy but a story that has left even the skeptics baffled. The boy's claim was so convincing that it caught the attention of scientists. Enter Dr. Ian Stevenson, a psychiatrist from the University of Virginia, and a prominent figure in the field of reincarnation research. Dr. Stevenson had spent a significant part of his career studying cases of children who claimed to remember past lives. Intrigued by the boy's story, he decided to investigate these claims further. The investigation was not taken lightly. Dr. Stevenson approached the case with the same scientific rigor that would be applied to any other scientific study. This wasn't a casual chat with the boy. This was a meticulous examination of the facts, a careful comparison of the boy's memories with documented historical records, and a rigorous cross-examination of the boy's story. The boy was interviewed multiple times, each time providing consistent details about his past life. His descriptions were so detailed and precise that they could be cross-referenced with historical data. The boy's claims weren't vague or general, they were specific and detailed, something that added weight to his story. Dr. Stevenson also spoke to the boy's family, friends, and neighbors. He wanted to ensure that the boy hadn't been influenced by external sources. Had he overheard adults talking about this past life? Had he seen a movie or read a book that could have planted these ideas in his mind? The answer, according to Dr. Stevenson's thorough investigation, was a resounding no. The boy's story was scrutinized from every angle, with every possible explanation considered and examined. But the closer Dr. Stevenson looked, the more he found that the evidence pointed in one direction. The boy's memories were not the result of fantasy or fabrication. They were not the result of external influences or suggestion. They were, it seemed, genuine memories of a past life. The findings of this investigation were nothing short of astonishing. In a world where seeing is believing, the evidence supporting this reincarnation story is overwhelming. Let's delve into the fascinating evidence that buttresses the boy's reincarnation claim. The first piece of evidence is the boy's detailed and accurate descriptions of his past life. He narrated stories of his family, his house, his profession, even the most mundane details of his daily routine, all of which were corroborated by the family he claimed to have belonged to in his past life. The descriptions were so precise that they left no room for doubt or speculation. The second piece of evidence is even more fascinating. The boy was able to recognize people and places from his past life. He recognized his former family members, friends, and even his favorite hangout spots. He was also able to accurately point out to the house he used to live in. The boy, who had never been to that town in his current life, navigated the streets with an uncanny familiarity. The third piece of evidence is something that astounded even the most skeptical observers. The boy demonstrated knowledge of a language that he had never been taught. He could fluently converse in a dialect that was prevalent in his past life region, a dialect that was completely alien to his current family and community. This display of linguistic skills was nothing short of a marvel, as the boy had no exposure to this language in his current life. This compelling body of evidence, which includes the boy's detailed descriptions of his past life, his recognition of people and places from that life, and his knowledge of a language he was never taught, paints an intriguing picture. It's a world where life doesn't end with death but continues in another form. It's a world where the soul is an eternal traveler, hopping from one life to another. This evidence presents a compelling case for reincarnation, a concept that challenges our understanding of life and death. This unique reincarnation story doesn't just make us question our understanding of life and death, but also opens up a world of possibilities. It's a thought-provoking narrative that fundamentally shakes our perception of existence itself and the confines of what we consider as reality. Let's contemplate the implications of this story. It challenges our existing understanding of life and death, doesn't it? We've always viewed life as a linear journey with a clear beginning and end. But if reincarnation is real, life isn't linear anymore but cyclical. It suggests that death might not be an end but a mere transition, a doorway to another existence. This perspective forces us to rethink our ideas about mortality and what lies beyond. But it doesn't stop there. This reincarnation story also has profound implications for science. Science is rooted in observable, tangible evidence. But here, we're dealing with phenomena that are difficult to quantify or measure. It pushes the boundaries of empirical science, opening up a new realm of scientific exploration. It could lead to a deeper understanding of human consciousness, memory, and the essence of our being. It could also pave the way for us to explore the possibility of existence beyond the physical realm. Philosophy, too, finds a new avenue for exploration in this story. It raises profound questions about identity and self. If we reincarnate, what part of us continues? Is it our consciousness, our soul, or something else entirely? And how do these elements retain memories of past lives? These are questions that philosophers have pondered for centuries, and this story breathes new life into these age-old debates. Religion is another domain where the impact of this story is felt. Most religions have their own views on life after death, heaven, hell, nirvana, and so on. This story of reincarnation might reinforce the beliefs of some, while challenging the faith of others. It's intriguing how a single narrative can have such diverse interpretations based on one's religious and cultural context. In conclusion, this remarkable story of reincarnation isn't just a tale of one individual's past life. It's a narrative that challenges us, intrigues us, and urges us to delve deeper into the mysteries of life and death. It encourages us to question, to explore, to seek answers. It presents us with a puzzle that we, as a collective humanity, must strive to understand. This tale has the power to change our perspective on life, death, and everything in between. It nudges us to rethink our understanding of existence and to explore the uncharted territories of consciousness and memory. It's a gentle reminder that life, in all its complexity and mystery, is a fascinating journey of discovery and understanding. Whether you believe in reincarnation or not, this story certainly gives us food for thought, urging us to explore the mysteries of life and death.